Okay, everybody, once again, congratulations to Mississippi State. We will be joined today by student athletes Maggie Wadsworth and Maddie Anderson, as well as head coach James Armstrong. Like we did previously, we'll start with an opening statement from Coach Armstrong, and then we'll take coaches for the student athletes so they can be dismissed. So, Coach.
Hopefully I've got my voice still left a little bit.
Doesn't.
I think starting off with a lot of thank yous. I think that's the important part, and congratulations. I thought Providence were an unbelievable team. They were everything that we thought they were going to be. I think it's one of the best soccer teams that we've played all year. Poses a lot of problems. They kept going obviously all the way to the final whistle and piled some pressure on us. So that's a tremendous program, incredibly well coached, great group of athletes, and so I know they're very proud of the season they've had, but it took everything that we had today to get the result that we wanted. I'd like to say thank you to everybody here at Mississippi State that worked all week to put on an unbelievable experience for the fans and the players and the coaches tonight. Marianne Baker was our tournament director. She literally working all hours, so really proud of them. And then obviously a congratulations and thank you to the staff, and most importantly, these players. We sat in this exact room in beginning of August, and the old cliche, why not us? But the belief in the room was different, and they've come to work every single day, and we're so proud of them as a group of young ladies, both on and off the field. And obviously it was a tough game today, but we persevered all the way through to the end, and we got the goal that we wanted.
Okay, we'll open it for questions for the student athletes. We'll start with Alex.
Maggie, two things. First off, how you feeling right now? And second off, how was the goal? How did everything, what was the build up to that, and how were you able to get through?
Well, I'm feeling pretty excited, feeling pretty proud of everybody. We worked really hard. As for the goal, I'm not even gonna lie, I don't remember much. It just kind of happened. I was taking a little 2-second breather on the ground afterwards, so I was like relieved, just ready to get on with that second half of overtime.
Joel?
Maddie, you've been here for 4 years now, and you got to experience a lot of this with James as he's built this program. He talked about why not us and the belief. Just you got to see it kind of grow these last few years. What's enabled us, I guess, to get to the point here at Mississippi State where we expect to be in these positions now?
I think we've just built a foundation every year, and each year we keep building upon it and having more and more belief each year that why not us? Why can't we do it? Mississippi State can be a top 10 team, and so I think the belief has just been built every year, and each year we keep having more and more success. Last year had so many firsts, lots of history made, and then this year we just get to build upon it and make even more history, and go to Florida, beat them for the first time, go to the NCAA tournament with the highest seed. I think just the belief continues to grow each year, and of course putting all the staff putting in the work, and of course all of us putting in the work since July, to get here and just grinding out every day to be why not us, and have that belief every single day, every practice.
Danny?
Maybe just talk about the ebb and flow of the game and just waiting for the right time to get that done. Because of course it went to overtime, so you just wasn't really sure at the moment, but just in overtime y'all really seized the moment.
Yeah, we did. We've always said throughout the whole season that we're a second half team, and I feel like overtime is included in the second half. So we just come out, there was a different sort of belief, I think, in overtime. We're we had this amazing opportunity, it's time to get it done now. We didn't do it in the first 90 minutes, that's okay, but we have a second chance, and, we just rallied around each other, had each other's backs, and we just went for it.
Dylan?
And for both Maggie and Maddie, obviously another huge crowd out there for you guys today, and they were engaged throughout all first, second half, and then both the overtime periods, and then especially when you scored that goal, Maggie. Just kind of talk about what it means for you guys as a team to have such a huge crowd come out and support you guys.
Yeah, so we love our fans so much. They are one of our biggest, reasons for coming out and doing what we do every day. And so having their support by our sides for the whole entire game, not seeing the crowd start to walk away, as we're getting in the second half of overtime, that's a lot of time to be sitting there watching a soccer game, but they really love us and support us, and we love them just as much.
Yeah, I mean, like Maggie said, they're a big piece of like our program, and so like we're a collective Mississippi State family, and so having them out there ringing the cowbells through the whole 110 minutes is just huge for us, and it gives us confidence boost. Like even though we might be like in a slump during the game, like them ringing the cowbells boosts us back up, and we're like, okay, we got people who like believe in us, so let's keep going, let's grind out this last 10 minutes. So I think the fans are huge, and we're so thankful and appreciate them coming out and supporting us one last time on our home field.
I'm glad you asked that. Sorry, in my thanks, I didn't thank the community and the student body that came out today. I mean, my goodness. We obviously wanted a big crowd. We got a big crowd. But the best part of it, and Maggie alluded to it, was that they stayed for the entire game, and that we asked them to bring the cowbells, and that was the loudest game that I've had here. I don't know how you girls feel about that, but it's awesome. I mean, it does 100% make the difference, you know. So hosting here, having the crowd that we had, and having the soccer environment that was out there today, couldn't ask for any more. And we say a huge thank you to everybody that came today.
Alex.
Matt, you guys have played Iowa, you've played Arkansas twice, you've played Alabama twice. Where does Providence rank in terms of, you know, the opponents that you guys have faced this season?
Gosh, I mean, I feel like our whole season has just been filled with top opponents, and so I don't really know where to rank them, but they're definitely high up because they were really good at moving the ball, keeping possession, but also having a strong attack, and it didn't seem like they got tired at all. They just kept pressing, and so props to Providence. They're a great team, but thankful we pulled out the win.
Anything else for the student athletes? Okay. Once again, congratulations, Maggie and Maddie. Thank you both, and you can be dismissed.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Good job, ladies.
Wahoo!
School. You're dismissed.
You're dismissed.
Maggie, we can go this way. They're inside. Okay.
You know that way, girl. Hey, you just got a goal. You can do whatever you want.
Bye, guys. Don't tell me back.
That's also true.
All right, we'll take questions for Coach Armstrong. Let's start with Justice.
So defensively in the second half, it seems like y'all turned up the intensity. What did you see out there for you to turn up that intensity?
I think we started off the game with a lot of really positive moments. I think losing Riley Combs with about 15 minutes to left changed the momentum a little bit, and Ncaa Johnson came on and did an unbelievable job. But it was a little bit of a shock to the system, and so kind of came in at halftime and just said, ladies, you know, like we got to get pressure on them higher up the field. We've got to roll up a little bit quicker in wide areas. We've got to get closer to players in the middle of the field. So I thought the first 10 minutes of the second half was a testament to them taking on board the information that the coaching staff shared with them.
Joel?
You mentioned that in the meeting before the season that these girls, you could just feel something different about them, and I would venture to guess a lot of that is the expectations that's now been built around the program. And is that one of the things you take the most pride in? Is now this has become a place at Mississippi State where you expect to be here. It's not really something that catches people off guard, I guess now.
I think I'm really proud of the mentality of the players. As a coaching staff, we've always felt that way. You got to build it step by step. But the players kind of came in this season as well and said, tired of that underdog tag that we've kind of been labeled with for a few years now, and we've had some really good results and a lot of firsts for this program, and we're trending in the upward direction. So the fact that the players believe that's the thing we're most proud of, because coaches can say it all they want, but when the players say, hey, we're good, like we want to do something special here, that's when special things can happen.
Danny.
Maggie, she scored a lot of goals last year, and not so many this year, but just talk about her leadership and the way she goes about her way.
Yeah, I mean, Maggie brings it every single day, she might not have got the amount of goals that she wanted to get this year, but she's got some really important goals at big moments, and that's what big time players do. I would hate to have to play against Maggie Wadsworth. She's long, she's fast, she's tenacious. She's never seen a shot that she can't shoot, and she's willing to shoot from anywhere. And she came close a couple of times tonight, but that goal, I'm most proud of the fact that she didn't give in. She didn't give up, I should say. The girl was grabbing her and the goalkeeper was coming out, and that was a really brave play by Maggie there. And obviously that's the difference between winning and losing.
Alex.
Last season, the game was kind of similar to this, but didn't obviously go 2 overtimes. What sort of similarities did you see from how this match went compared to how last season's first round match went?
Both were really quality opponents. That's the first thing I'd say. Both really, really well coached teams. I think it's tough. Like New Mexico State last year, Providence. That's a long travel to get here to Starkville, right? So you got to give both of those teams on game day came and showed up and gave us everything that we had. So I think that's the similarity that I would say is it took everything that we had today and last year to get the result here. Obviously, we've talked about the fans already, just the feeling of recognition for these players from the community and the student body. Similar for both games as well.
Yeah, Dylan.
Coach, what does it mean for your team, specifically moving into the second round, to have players on your team that have this experience and now back-to-back years? Just kind of talk about what that means for your team moving forward.
Yeah, I think the SEC tournament, we were a little nervous against Alabama in the first half, and something that maybe we should have thought about as a coaching staff but didn't is a lot of those players hadn't played in that tournament before. Now you look at it, there were a lot of new players that hadn't played an NCAA tournament before. So you really rely on those veteran players such as Maggie and Maddie and Macy Hodge, and you can keep going, right? Riley Combs, that have been there and done it. So, it's important for them to kind of get a grip of the players and say, hey, we're good. It's just another game at times, but it's exciting.